Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in the live streams that I do every once in a while. I used to do them all the time, but now it's just kind of an every once in a while type thing. And actually, I say that I did the last one in June, but not every week like I used to do. But yesterday marked 15 years since the album Sky Full of Holes came out, which was Fountains of Wayne's last album. They actually disbanded like very quietly in 2013, and their last show was actually in Minneapolis, and I did see them, and I'll talk about that show a little bit later, but just kind of wild that they had that show and I didn't go, unfortunately. But anyway, enough about that. We will kind of talk about Fountains of Wayne's breakup, but we want to celebrate this album, what turned out to be their last album, released in 2020 or 2011, I should say, August 2nd of 2011. Excuse me, this first one is a song called The Summer Place, and I hope you enjoy it. She's been afraid of the poison dart since 1977. Now when she opens up the house, well, she won't set foot in the kitchen. Her brother's dating an architect. They're coming up for the weekend. He never gave her the proper respect, but she still needs the ferry to greet them. Oh, and the summer place, we've got the space if you got the time. And the summer place is so far away, it's another state of mind. She ran away back in 78, just down the beach to the neighbors. They brought her back after sunset. Dad said, don't do me any favors. Her mom would sit on the patio. She said she needed to see it. She'd take a drink full of Seagrams, then she'd sit down into a jack chair. Oh, and the summer place, we got the space if you got the time. And the summer place, it's so far away, it's another state of mind. At 15, shoplifting was the only game she liked to play. At 40, she's so bored she thinks about it, then decides to pay. But still, those good old days don't seem so far away. But it's just yesterday she took a handful of mushrooms that she obtained from a surfer. She woke up in a hospital room so the doctors could observe her. Oh, and the summer place, we got the space, you should drop on by. And the summer place, the injuries fade, but the memories last a lifetime. All right, and that was The Summer Place, the lead track off of Sky Full of Holes, which, like I said, turned 15 years old yesterday. Cannot believe it's been that long. It came out, I guess, the summer before my summer before my freshman year in high school, actually, in college. I'm sorry, summer before my freshman year in college. Time warp there. before it came out, there were a couple of things, and one of them, I'll talk about later that, I went to see them in 2009 and they kind of previewed some songs off of the album or what would become the album. Before, or actually, I should say after that, but, still kind of when I was like, oh, well, this is something now, not just random songs they're trying out. Um, my mom emailed me this song or told me about it or something. And it was this song called Richie and Reuben by Fountains of Wayne. And, they put out some new music about every 4 years. And so it was one of those things where it was like, I never forgot about them, but it was good to hear them back, and hear that they had something going. And I'll kind of talk about the, album recording process throughout this live stream. But this was the first song where I was like, I remembered some, that they had played live. But this was the first one where I was like, oh, wow, they're onto something. They got a concept, or, the character development is back. And so that was this song, Richie and Reuben, that I'm about to do. They opened up a bar called Living Hell, right from the start, and didn't go too well. They never had the right vibe or right clientele. They bought a velvet rope and the doorman laughed. They got run blind by half the wait staff. 6 short weeks and they were forced to sell. Richie and Reuben don't know what they're doing. Richie and Reuben are both a little out of their minds. Don't give them a dime. They'll blow $1 million just like they blew through mine. Ooh, whoa, whoa, oh. Ooh, whoa, whoa, oh. When in the money go? When in the money go? They opened a boutique they called Debris, together with some guy from FIT. Though later it turned out he never quite got his degree. $1,100 for a ripped up shirt that came pre-stained with bleach and black dirt. Seems just a little bit too steep to me. Richie and Reuben don't know what they're doing. Richie and Reuben are both a little out of their minds. Don't give them a dime. They'll blow through your dough just like they blew through mine. And ever since the 7th grade, they've been thinking that they got it made. But I still haven't gotten paid at all. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. When in the money go? When in the money go? Richie and Reuben don't know what they're doing. Richie and Reuben are both a little. They're both a little. They're both a little out of their minds. All right, and that was Richie and Reuben. Like I said, the second track off of Sky Full of Holes, which turned 15 years old yesterday. I would have done it yesterday, the live stream, but, I do trivia every Sunday at Memphis Filling Station. The fine folks over there, they would have understood, kind of, but not really. Why perform virtually when you can just, be the center of attention in person at the brewery. But the one cool thing about Fountains of Wayne for me is that, coming from the Midwest, I do what I can geographically. I won the U.S. Capitals, clean sweep on that trivia category last night. But in terms of more specific things, East Coast geography kind of, I don't know a whole lot about it. And so one good thing about Fountains of Wayne is that they kind of fill in the gaps there. And this particular song is no exception. This is a song called Asela. And I looked up, oh, what's the Asela? And of course, it is, as the song suggests, a train on a track painted silver, blue, and black. But it's an Amtrak, and that's just what they call that. And so that was cool. That was new to me. And man, this song was catchy and, has inspired a song of mine as well, as have a lot of these particular songs. But this is a Selah, and I hope you enjoy it. There's a train on the track, painted silver, blue, and black, heading to Massachusetts, and then it's coming back. And it's entertaining by New Haven once you've had yourself a drink or two. Ooh, ooh. All alone on the Asela, tell me, baby, where the hell are you? Asela, ooh, ooh. Asela. There's a girl on the train, leaning on a window pane, reading People magazine just to help turn off her brain. And I swear I caught her staring at me. Maybe I've been staring at her too. Ooh, ooh. Shot to hell on the Asela, just as well there's nothing else to do. When they called all aboard, you were nowhere to be found, though you swore you were sure you'd come with me out of town. And I looked in all the stores, I looked in Hudson News, but you had not left any clues. Searched for any sign of you, I was so confused. What was I supposed to do? Now the world is a blur as the engine starts to purr, and we're flying through Rhode Island. The conductor calls me sir. For your information, it's outstation at about 11:22. Ooh, ooh. Got to catch the next Asela, got to make my way back home to you. All right, and that was Asela, like I said, the third track off of Sky Full of Holes, which turned 15 years old yesterday. So, like I said, that song is great for some East Coast geography, and I've been rewatching. It's like a rewatch of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which Adam Schlesinger actually scored. And it's really funny because he wasn't the, show writer, episode writer. But there were at least a couple references to the Hudson News in the first couple episodes. And so, that just shows that he had this New York humor about him. And that song actually was featured on my blog through the Memphis Songwriters Association, as was the Summer Place. But Asela was specifically about rhyme scheme, because I was, looking up limerick rhyme scheme essentially, and or not essentially, like that's what it was. And Asela came up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what that is. It's just, the cadence is a little bit different, but there is that, same, little bit of rhythm to it that you would find in a limerick. And so I think that's a really cool little hidden gem and use of that fabulous type of writing. So like I said, the Summer Place also on one of my blogs. And then let's see what else I had. A song that I'll talk about in a little bit. So we'll save a little bit of that. But my point in saying that is that I've been writing these blogs, and there are certain people that, certain artists that you can always fall back on for these really, really good songs. And as a tribute to Adam, I really like, being like, hey, this is an Adam song, but for purposes of today, it was pretty even in terms of the songwriting, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, this is just, I was kind of going through it because I'm like, I always kind of joke that this is my least favorite Fountains of Wayne album, but it's basically a 5-way tie because there are just some really, really good songs on it. On the record, and I'm going to play another one now. This next one is Someone's Gonna Break Your Heart. And I remember, so I got this album the day it came out. It was August 2nd of 2011, and I went to Target, which hasn't aged well, with my best friend, and she bought a copy of Rio because it had just come out on DVD. And then I bought this particular album, and it was on a Tuesday. I remember it was National Night Out, and so the block party was that night, and I just that has nothing to do with anything, but just like painting the picture of what kind of awesome day that was. But then a week or so later, I was riding to the Saints game with my brother, and I remember listening. It was the Twins game actually. We were going and we were playing the Red Sox. The Twins were, and I just remember listening to this song in the car with my brother, and he rarely let me pick the song, so I don't exactly know how I talked him into that one, but hopefully it was worth it for him. And this is Someone's Gonna Break Your Heart, and I hope you enjoy it. Staring at the sun with no pants on, high round and rosy, she thinks she knows me, fighting off the cold, murdering a campfire song. Spitting in the wind from out a fast train, trying to catch a bus, swear I gotta move, suffering the radio cry. So whistle in the street pine trees, the imaginary airborne breeze that flickers and flows, lands fires in the road, and all we wanna do is go home. Someone's gonna bring your heart one cold gray morning, but she sings, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Should we take this time? Do we want to tear the whole thing down? Paint the rubble of tangerine, shimmer in the gas main fires. We don't promise and we tell no lies. Learn to meddle when the waters rise. Melancholy comes like a robin at your window, and we will whistle in the sweet pine trees, the imaginary memories inspired through the wind in the woods. And all you wanna do is go home. Someone's gonna bring your heart one cold gray morning. And she says, oh, 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 and the traveling goes round and round, swallowing the roads and spitting out the clouds. In the spirit she hides on a tin bed of moss and stone. From the fear we are born and we never outgrow. Ask what you can keep, your cash and your American smile. In the suit sing, oh, 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 oh. Someone's gonna bring your heart. 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 All right, and that was Someone's Gonna Break Your Heart. And speaking of people who have broken my heart, we dedicate this next one to Adam. And, like I said, I love paying tribute to him, and I try not to get too bogged down in who wrote what, because he didn't. But, the thing about this song for me is that it's always fun to point to this and then I-95 from Traffic and Weather, when people are like, oh, the Stacy's Mom Band. And I'm like, yeah, but listen to this. And Stacy's Mom is a terrific song, but I read a quote from Chris recently. He said it a while ago when he was talking about their debut album, and he said, before Fountains of Wayne, we were serious songwriters, but we figured if we had these goofy songs, we needed a goofy name. And so, I kind of go back to that when I hear a song like this, that like, oh my gosh, when it was time to be serious, he could really be serious. And that is Action Hero to me. So I'm just going to let it speak for itself. And this is Action Hero. Sometime after sunset, he is on his hands and knees. He is searching for his keys at a small Vietnamese place on East 11th Street. His daughters both at once sing, and we just get going, please, as his wife begins to sneeze, and his son is throwing peas and beating with his feet. He's an action hero, and he should be fighting crime, leaping between the buildings and racing against time. He's an action hero. He's an action hero. And he's racing in his mind. He drops by Mount Sinai where they're running through some test. They have tamed things to his chest, and they're all doing their best to make him feel at ease. The Doctors say it's really just an educated guess. I suggest you get some rest, maybe cut back on the stress, 'cause I don't like what I see. But the action hero swears he's doing fine. He needs to finish saving the world from all mankind. He's an action hero. He's an action hero. And he's racing against time. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. And he's racing against time. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. And he's racing against time. All right, and that was Action Hero, like I said, by Fountains of Wayne. And that one was definitely an Adam song. And I mean, when he was fighting for his life against COVID, that, was just, that's kind of how I felt, at least especially after I, read how things went down or heard about it through Rachel Bloom and her stand-up special of all things. She got very serious and talked about when Adam was on his way out. But kind of on a lighter note, well, first of all, I do want to just show you guys these. So my family and we play New Year's bingo every year. So these were a giveaway or a prize, I should say, on bingo night. On New Year's Eve one year a while ago. I won them and I thought, oh, this is perfect because I have a picture of Fountains of Wayne in my music room. And so I put it up there as kind of a tribute to Adam. And then when I moved, I took them down from the wall and they didn't stick back up. So I just have them kind of, out and about in the music room. But that one's always an emotional one to play, but I absolutely love it. And I do want to say too that Adam as a father, every once in a while I'll come across this thing on Facebook. I posted it, so it's just a memory. And his daughter wrote him a report card. And it was like, his taste in music was a B-, and I can't remember what else there was, but it was like, showing up for my games or something was an A, and, cooking was, I think, a B or something, and so like, it was really just sweet. And the fact that he was the one who posted it originally just shows that self-deprecation that he had. And, I miss him like crazy. And I know I say that a lot, but I really do. And we are going to keep on going with the next track, which is track 6. And that is, A Dip in the Ocean. Okay, cool. So this one comes with a fun story because, I said that when I saw him in 2009, they played some songs that, were going to be on Skyful of Holes. And it was an acoustic tour, and that kind of influenced the sound. But when the album actually came out, about 4 days after that, they were on David Letterman. I'm giving all these outdated references. It came out on a Tuesday. David Letterman was on. But that's okay, like I said, setting the scene. But it was Fountains of Wayne, Kirstie Alley, who has also since passed away, and then the comedian Michael Somerville. They were all on Letterman that night. And so it was the summer, but I, still, staying up late, it was kind of a big deal. And Fountains of Wayne was on last. And so I was, all excited, and they ended up playing this song. This is a song called "A Dip in the Ocean," and like I said, it was the first time I had heard it. And I say that, it sounds like I'm saying, "Oh, I'm mad they didn't play Richie and Ruben or something." No, I was really excited to hear whatever they had to offer. And so this is "A Dip in the Ocean," and I hope you enjoy. It's you and me on a beach in 1998, leaning into the breeze from the willows in rhythm and grace. Sorry, born in this place, I'm assured the procedure is painless. The taxi cab with no brakes around the mountain pass. Keep your head in your hands if anybody asks what you mean. When you were picking a fight, you were only complimenting the waitress. Give us a room with a mountain view, a tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two for a ride up the coast and a dip in the ocean. The waterfront is aligned with citronella flame. Tourists flashing the night from the grottos and gathering out on the hill warm lanes or a drunken promenade or a mambo. And lovers paddle a boat on the mountain day, leering into the reeds on a ripple and playing and cool in a bar by the pool with a Caribbean kiss amaretto. Give us a room with a mountain view, a tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two for a ride on the coast and a dip in the ocean. Get a load of the light in the trees and the sweet decay of the maritime breeze. The sun is itching away the balloon and the heat of the tarmac, burning a hole in a cold afternoon. Give us a room with a mountain view, a tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two, and a bottle and a cooler, maps and a big brown towel. It's a meter, but today we'll do for a ride on the coast and a dip in the ocean. All right, and that was "A Dip in the Ocean." I do want to take a second to talk about this album as a concept. So, "Sky Full of Holes," it's kind of a dark concept, and if you take a look at the album cover, which you guys can't see, but you can Google it as you watch. I don't care. And it's a dark looking album cover, and so you kind of know what you're in for. But the thing that's really interesting about this is that it's filled with that character development that Fountains of Wayne was known for. But then, it kind of starts off with like, hey, you're going to meet some people who are idiots, and it's about how you escape from them, and are able to laugh it off. That covers that sky full of holes. And so, seeing specifically, you're trying to escape or you're trying to get back to something, and that's what you see in a Selah. And then it's like, okay, someone's going to break your heart. Action hero is what that is. I already described that. And then "A Dip in the Ocean," that's finally like, hey, let's escape for a little bit. And that's what that is. But there's this push and pull, and we see that in the next song, which is called "Cold Comfort Flowers." And this one is really special to me because I have always enjoyed it. But when I was writing for Iowapolis, this album that I'm putting out in October, There was a song that was called "People in Your Shoes," and I always kind of try to find a melodic line of best fit. And for some reason, this just popped out of nowhere into my head. Cold Comfort Flowers. That vibe for it would be really, really good. And as I was reflecting on this album, it had that. It had that idea to it that hey, this is the good with the bad, that like the cold comfort is not good but the flowers are good, and so they blossom and they fade. And that encapsulates the album very, very well, that like the good kind of comes and goes, and you got to take those joys where you can get it. So this is Cold Comfort Flowers, and I hope you enjoy it. Peace sign on the window, Japanese car. You will remember the pap on the radio. Big blue policeman says, stay where you are. Surrender your Chinese arms. Oh, rock show Romeo, black and white shoes. Strawberry haircut in fist pumping prime. Scrape on the dross and keep what you can use, and leave the weaker ones behind. Oh, they step outside to step out slow, and they try to find a hole that they can outgrow. They evolve in time. Why? Literally on the line, climbing toward the spots in the sun. Welcome fate may carry on their way, but cold comfort flowers will bloom and decay. Pink clouds, summer sorrow, oceanside swells. If you don't feel pretty with your face in the tide, we'll file your complaint in wearing detail, and leave the label. Tell the people that you tried. Oh, they step outside and step out slow, in Maine trying to find a hole they can outgrow. They are all in time. Why? Finally on the line, climbing towards the spots on the sun, and not when the fade may ferry on the way, but cold comfort flowers will blossom and fade. They love in time. Why? Finally on the line, climbing towards the spots in the sun, and unwelcome fate may ferry on the way, but cold comfort flowers will blossom and fade. They love in time. Why? Finally on the line, climbing towards the spots in the sun, and unwelcome fate may ferry on the way, but cold comfort flowers will bloom and decay. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. I had to, uh, you know, get the next song up here. So, yeah, that was Cold Comfort Flowers. Now, I mentioned this acoustic tour that Fountains of Wayne went on in 2009, and I went with my neighbor Paul, and he and I were into Fountains of Wayne at the same time. And both are guitar players and all of that. And so it was really cool that we got to see these guys together. And actually, it was the date of my very last neurology appointment. So there was a huge reason to celebrate, even though we were going anyway. Um, so we ended up seeing the band at the Cedar Cultural Center, and I'll talk about that a little bit more um, after we get done. But it was just a terrific show, and one of the songs that I remembered them playing in that particular set was this one, and this is a song called "A Road Song," and I hope you enjoy it. We're still in Wisconsin as far as I know. Today was Green Bay and tomorrow Chicago. Wish I was lying, but there isn't much to report. My phone is dying, so I've gotta keep it short. I just wanted to say I've been writing you a road song. It's a cliche, but hey, that doesn't make it so wrong. And in between the stops at the Cracker Barrel and 40 movies with Will Ferrell, I need some way to occupy my mind. So I'm writing you a road song. I sure hope you don't mind. I bought you a light blue t-shirt last night from some band I couldn't stand, but their logo's alright. Some kid threw a bottle on stage, he had an arm like a pro. Right now it's getting late, I guess I should let you go. But did I happen to say, hey, I've been writing you a road song, don't run away. 'Cause hey, I promise it won't take too long. I know it's not what you call necessary, and I know that I'm no Steve Perry. But even if you roll your eyes and groan, I'm still writing you a road song that you can call your own. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, and that was A Road Song by Fountains of Wayne off of their 2011 album Skyful of Holes, which turned 15 years old yesterday. So, like I said, that particular song, they played that on the acoustic tour, and I didn't know anything was wrong at the time. Like I said, they broke up pretty quietly, but apparently, in the making of this album, they had to like break in the middle and like go to therapy together. And like Adam and Chris, that is the two main songwriters, and they came to the conclusion that they finish the album and then just quietly disband after this tour. But the tipping point kind of for both of them was actually this song, and what happened was so Adam and Chris would write songs separately, um, and that worked out pretty well. So they just bring them, and or Chris, I should say, was the one singing them. So Adam still knew Chris's voice, even if they had very different writing styles. And but at some point, Adam brought this song to Chris, and he had the 40 movies with Will Ferrell, and stops at the Cracker Barrel, and he's like, "No, I'm trying to be a serious songwriter." He had just sobered up after Traffic and Weather, and he only wrote like 3 songs on that because he was struggling with alcoholism. And anyway, so Adam kind of knew, like, hey, we've never really criticized individual lines before, and so like something's up. And it was Chris trying to retake the band after his, mostly absent time during Traffic and Weather. But they just kind of said, yeah, that this is going to be it then. And parted ways after that record and didn't get together again until after Adam died for a COVID relief benefit concert, and then with a new lineup more recently. But anyway, back to that show that I saw in 2009. It's really funny because this is, 3 years ago. 3 years ago this fall, I saw John Auer live, and he was the opening act for Fountains of Wayne for that particular tour and that night. So my buddy Lee is friends with John from his Big Star days in the 90s. John's, not Lee's, but they're running in the same circles. So anyway, I get to meet John Auer, and I told him, I said, hey man, I said, I really appreciated getting to see you play. I saw you open up for Fountains of Wayne in Minneapolis, back in 2009. And he looks at me and he goes, wait, don't tell me that was at the Cedar Cultural Center, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it's just insane, the memory on that guy, and so like, yeah, I know why I remember that, but like, he's been everywhere. And so I just thought that was really cool. So I've actually seen John multiple times now with Big Star and solo and, with some other bands. One of the more recent times that I saw him, he just, he doesn't know my name, but he was like, hey, you come to all my Memphis shows. And so he just like, he recognized my face, and that was a really cool thing. But all because of that Fountains of Wayne show back in 2009. Anyway, we are going to continue on. Oh, and I do want to say too about a road song. That song was actually cut by America, and it was weird. Like, I think they technically released it before Fountains of Wayne did. There was some sort of drama there, but great song, and great cover that they did too. But this next song, as I was reflecting on it, it goes with the kind of like downtrodden sounding songs that appear on this record. But at the end of the day, this particular tune, Working Man's Hands, is really just, kind of about the underdog, the underappreciated worker, but not in an obnoxious country music way, in a very sweet way. And so this is Working Man's Hands, and I hope you enjoy it. He can knock down the walls, build it up strong, flagstones in the path, with a nail and a hammer, barrow and saw, see about the hole in the roof, and the ground beyond breathe, the sigh of relief, annihilation of a well-laid plans. It's wearing the nail long and breaking the skin in the palm of the working man's hands. Let the tool do the work, pull and don't push, drag the wagon over the hill, measure twice and cut once, unclear the film brush, edge around the garments and walks, on a shiny John Deere, will he reappear with a mountain rolling romance? It's wearing the nail long, wearing the skin of the palms of the working man's hands. Now your Uncle John walked a mile to school in a storm, and it was a mill on waves. Oh, you save your money for a hole in the ground, a black car and a long wall of roses, and gather all we breathe a sigh of relief and completion of a well-laid plan. It's wearing the nail long and breaking the skin in the palms of the working man's hands. Now the alligator gate could use some fresh paint. All right. I don't know why I remembered that as Alligator Gate. The old Iron Gate is what that should have been. But Alligator Gate, sure. That works. Okay, so this next song is a song that is called "Hate to See You Like This," and this is a song that really grew on me over the years. Some of the phrasings in the song, I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but but the thing is that overall, as a general concept, this is a very good example of what it looks like to like walk in on someone who has depression. And so, walking into their place and you see everything's a mess and you're like, hey, let's get it together. But in a very loving way. Um, Everything is just handled very well in this song. This is Hate to See You Like This, and I hope you enjoy it. Come on, girl, you're not even trying. Your place is a mess and your plants are dying. You're lying around in those sweatpants. You're staring off into the distance. Come on, give me a kiss. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. I don't know what's going on in your head now, but I think it's time you got up out of bed now. Let's get your phone reconnected. Let's get this room disinfected. Come on, give me a kiss. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. You know whatever's on your mind, it's gonna work itself out over time. But it'll never get much better if you don't give a little effort. Just a little effort. Come on, girl, let's get it together. You can't just watch infomercials forever. Let's get you out into the sunshine. If you need a hand, why don't you take mine? Come on, give me a kiss. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. I hate to see you like this. All right, and that was Hate to See You Like This. So I do want to point out once again, that after Fountains of Wayne ended about 2 years after. And 4 years after the release of this album, Adam took on a project called Crazy Ex Girlfriend, and he co wrote all of the music for it. And it was like 2 or 3 original songs per episode. And when one of the co creators of the show pitched that to him, he said the only person who would think that's possible is somebody who's not a songwriter. But he did it. And the reason why I bring it up after this song is that, that's kind of what Crazy Ex Girlfriend was. It was about people who, wanted to help this person with depression and borderline personality disorder. And, she just didn't accept that help. For a really long time. So that this song kind of makes Adam expertly qualified, not expertly really, but like in a songwriting sense, to know that, like, hey, this is the way to deal with somebody who's in a mental health crisis. And I just think that's a really cool thing. So on a lighter note, this is a song called Radio Bar. This is track 11. And Radio Bar is an actual bar in New York. I think it's closed now, but it's a place where Chris and Adam used to hang out back in the day. And so, like I said, with this kind of push and pull of trying to navigate this world with a sky full of holes, Radio Bar kind of gets you back to your roots of, hey, this is where everybody knows your name, although that song was already taken. But that's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, sometimes you need to go to those places to be reminded that, hey, this is awesome. But then also why you stopped going there. And that's what kind of happens at the end of this song. So this is Radio Bar, and I hope you enjoy it. We used to sit in the corner, listening to the Joker. They were playing it over and over every night in the radio bar. Hey Wendy, what are you thinking? Hey Jason, you know what I'm drinking. We were singing lower and lower every night in the radio bar. Oh, 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 every night in the radio bar. We got some good things brewing. What does it look like we're doing? We'll get to them sooner or later. Not tonight in the radio bar. But if you're ready, willing, and able, you can pass out here on the table. Be sitting at home watching cable. Get some rest in the radio bar. I got to check my messages. Who's got a dime? It's 4:00 when they lock all the doors, and there's nowhere to go, but we got nothing but time. They put a song on the jukebox. It was a hit with the drunk jocks. Even the guys with the dreadlocks sang along in the radio bar. One night there was a girl there. For some reason she will never share. She said, why don't we go somewhere? So I passed her a coat, that was all that she wrote. That was it for the radio bar. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. That was it for the radio bar. All right, and that was Radio Bar, like I said, the 11th track off of Sky Full of Holes, which turned 15 years old yesterday. Yeah. So I mentioned Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. There is a song in that uh, series that it's season two, I believe, when Rachel, the main character, is breaking up with Greg, this another character, and he starts singing that their relationship wasn't bad, it wasn't sad, it was a shit show. And what's really cool is that so shit show, the stress is on the first syllable, right? And so he rhymed everything with shit essentially, and then though or something like that. So rhymed it with show as well. But you have to have that stress on the first syllable, and that's really hard to do. So I bring that up to say that in this song he does a lot of that in the last verse, right? So jukebox stresses on the first syllable. Drunk jocks, those are two separate words, but drunk is the word he emphasizes, as you would do at a bar. And then dreadlocks, same thing. And so, girl there, her chair, and somewhere, right? That's the stress on that first syllable. And so that's just something to keep in mind in your songwriting and why this was such an effective song and didn't drag or wasn't, didn't throw off the cadence or anything like that. So just a little songwriting 101 that I have picked up from Adam and Chris, both. I would guess that's an Adam song, but I'm not entirely sure. So we got two more, and you want to talk about some growth within 2011. So my senior year of high school, I took a songwriting class. And this was a guy who was not a successful songwriter, but chose to spend his time criticizing high schoolers when they would write songs. One of my personal favorites was I played a blues song, and he goes, "Yeah, it was a little repetitive." And I'm thinking it's the blues, first of all, but I took the high road and I was like, "Yeah, where?" And he goes, "Well, I need to listen to it again to be sure." So yeah, okay, shut up. But anyway, at some point he told me, he's like, "You should write a waltz." Just like out of nowhere for no reason. No, like, hey, if it serves the song, you should put this in 3/4 time. That's what good songwriters do. So I'm like, no, there's no way I'm writing a waltz. But then, that was like February-ish of 2011. And then about 6 months later, this song came out. And, I loved it. So waltzes can work, but, I just doubt that they had a bunch of people in their ear being like, hey, you should write a waltz. And so that's what made it good. But anyway, this is Firelight Waltz, and I hope you enjoy. Hang on one second. As the foam barrels in untied Pine Road, and the sun to remain, strike matches and crane, 'cause they can't make the. Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. All the hard-working gangsters are asleep on their knots, and the barrels fall down Pine Road. And the side to remain, strike matches and crane, 'cause they can't make their way in the dark. It's a hard game. Play miscues and pratfalls for laughs from the sad sacks and fair weather friends. You don't have to catch on. Lay it out and be gone. There's a calm, it's been a long time coming. So Mary, oh Mary, come find the light. Take a hit from your whiskey and stumble inside. It's a tune from your childhood and a soft yellow moon and the firelight is just right for dancing. Like the cruel angel lays muse to the hopeless in the storms. Coax sunflowers from mossy old hills. May the sun find you there in your embroidered chair, with your afghan and warm dark chilling. So Mary, oh Mary, go find the light. Take a hit from your whiskey and stumble inside. It's a tune from your childhood and a soft yellow moon, and the firelight is just right for dancing. So Mary, oh Mary, come find the light. Take a hit from your whiskey and stumble inside. It's a tune from your childhood and a sun yellow moon, and the firelight is just right for dancing. And the firelight is just right for dancing. All right. And that was Firelight Waltz, like I said, the 12th track off of Sky Full of Holes, which turned 15 years old yesterday. So this last song that I'm going to play is the last song off of the album. Now, there is one song, it's like the Song of the Passaic that they cut for it, and it got scrapped. It's a good song. I'm just not going to play it. And then they also did a cover of, what was the song? I'm blanking on it now, but I'll think of it in a second. It was a really, really good cover. Anyway, this last song is Cemetery Guns. And this particular one, they played it live when when I saw them in 2009. So this is one of the ones that they were previewing. And I swear to you, like I remember them playing this song, but I want to say their first encore was 21 Guns, the Green Day song. Like I just have this vague memory of that. And that also inspired a song off of Iowapolis. And so I don't know, like there was something about this concert that I was just like, man, was in my mind when I was writing this album, which, was also to an extent about a loss of innocence. But anyway, so this is the last track, and this is called Cemetery Guns, and it has, a relatively similar theme to 21 Guns. So maybe that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, it's just about trying to find the good in the past and using that to make good about the future. That's how I interpret this song. And so this is Cemetery Guns, and I hope you enjoy it. Elizabeth, that thundercloud is creeping up the Empire Hill. There's shadows on the overpass and puddles in the colder path. Peoria lay silent still in the belly of the overgrown, all quiet on the open plain. Footprints to the family plot, wherevermore with restless sorrow, sleep in a broken heap. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting all the sky full of holes. 21 times in a row for the blue war widow in the gray raincoat on the green grass down below. Elizabeth, our fathers came and settled where the ground was flat. drew water from the Indian wells, cut timber from the rolling fells. Granddaddy played harp, then known for holding up the company gears. No rest for the errant ones, Godspeed to their reckless sons. Whoever mourned lay their forefathers' hands on the foreign sands. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting on the sky below. 21 times in a row for the blue war widow in the gray raincoat on a green grass down below. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting on the sky below. 21 times in a row for the blue war widow in the gray raincoat on a green grass down below. All right, and that was Cemetery Guns, the last song off of Sky Full of Holes, and that is an album that turned 15 years old yesterday. If you noticed, that particular song was more or less the title track to Sky Full of Holes, because you had the line about shooting the sky full of holes. Even though that's in a slightly different context, like I said, it really fits the album of saying, hey, the world's kind of a mess, but kind of in the vein of Mexican wine, you just try to make the best of it, and lean on past things that make you laugh, and that you can kind of make fun of, and all of that. And so it's really cool, and I think that that's part of the reason why, as I was going into my freshman year of college, which was the timeline I finally landed on, as I was doing that, I was transitioning into something new. And freshman year was a little bit rough for reasons I won't get into, but it was. And so finding those ways that you can laugh at it, and relying on nostalgia and whatever, that's what this album is about to me, and probably part of the reason why it resonated so well. Even though, like I said, you had some more upbeat ones with Traffic and Weather and Welcome Interstate Managers, and also Fountains of Wayne's debut, which was self-titled, that turns 30 in October. So we will be having a live stream to celebrate that, and then one for Traffic and Weather next year. I think I missed the Utopia Parkway one maybe, but we'll catch that, and whenever that next one is. And 2029, I guess that'd be when that turns 30. So, just wait 3 years there. But anyway, and also, by the way, the song that I was thinking of, I did have to look it up, but it was a Moody Blues song, and it's a cover of The Story in Your Eyes. So make sure you check that out too. One of the bonus tracks. But thank you so much for indulging me. This was really fun for me. To relive these songs, and like I said, is very influential, and just in my development as a songwriter, as a music fan, as a person, all of that. And it's funny because I struck a deal with my students a handful of years ago, because they were like, "Oh, you reference really old songs," and I'm like, "Here's the deal." I said, if I grew up with these songs, I get to reference them forever. But if it's like, some, old fashioned, or, like newfangled song, like, a pop song or whatever that you don't want me referencing, then sure, yeah, that'll phase out, unless it's certain people. But, anything in my formative years, fair game. And that's this record. So thank you, Fountains of Wayne, for all the great music. Thank you guys for listening to some okay renditions of this great music, and we'll catch you next time on the next live stream. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.